In this tutorial, we are going to learn about the tangents to a circle, okay? So what I have here is that we already have three circles drawn here, C1, C2 and C3, right? Now let's draw a line on circle 1 such that it will intersect the circle 1 at the location P and Q, right? And let's say the name of this line is X to begin with. Just like that, let's draw one line at circle 2 such that it intersects with the circle at the points A and B. And let's put a name to this line. Let's say this is my line Y, right? And now I'm going to draw one more line such that it doesn't intersect with the circle, but rather it only touches the circle at one point, and that's the location of this point. Let's say I call this location as location C, all right? And the name given to this line is line Z. So given these three lines, what difference you notice between them? The difference I notice is that, let's say if this is my center of a circle C1, this line is closer to the center, so it gives you an arc which is quite large compared to the arc at the circle 2, which is something like this, right? So the arc AB is much smaller in length compared to the arc PQ. But in the case of the third circle, this line Z is touching at only one point, which is point C. Meaning, comparing these two circles, the distance between the arc, which is AB in the case of C2, is 0 in the case of circle 3. And that line, when you obtain such that it touches the circle only at one point, is called a tangent to a circle. So this line Z is a tangent to the circle C3. That's what tangent means. So one useful and a very critical property of a tangent is that, let's say you pick any point on this circle, any circle, right? So let's say that's point D. And if you were to draw a tangent on this circle, then you will find that there can be one and only one tangent to that circle that will pass through this point. That's what is important about a tangent. And the second thing is that if you were to connect the center to the point at which tangent is being drawn on the circle, then the angle formed between the radius and the tangent is always 90 degree. Okay, so that's a property of tangents to a circle, right? Now, you have learned about what is a tangent and how a tangent makes an angle of 90 degree with respect to the radius of a circle. In addition to that, there is one more thing that you should be aware about tangents. Let's say we have a circle and let's call this circle as circle 4. And there is a point R, okay? This point R is such that it is external to this circle C4, right? And if you were to draw a tangent from the point R onto the circle C4, then you could say that, yes, I did obtain one tangent, right? But at the same time, you could also draw one more tangent from point R on this circle, and then you will basically have, in this case, two tangents. This is my tangent 1 and this is my tangent 2. The key point is this: if you have any point which is external to a circle, from that point you can always drop two tangents on that circle, right? And those tangents will always be at an angle of 90 degree with respect to the center, right? So far, you have basically learned three key points. One point is that a tangent is a line that will touch a circle at only one point. And the second key point is that a tangent will make an angle of 90 degree with respect to the radius of a circle. And the third key point is that when you have any point which is external to a circle, then you can have two tangents coming from that point that you can draw to a circle, right? So these are our three key points. This is all about tangent, the introduction, right? Now let's go take a look at one example and see that how we can use this property in solving some problems related to circles and tangents. So here is our challenge. Alex is 29 meters away from the center of a circular flower bed. The radius of this flower bed is 20 meters. Find the distance Alex has to travel along a tangential path. So that's a keyword. Alex has to travel along a tangential path to be able to touch the circumference of the flower bed, right? So let's draw a diagram to understand this situation. So here is my circle, and this circle represents a flower bed, right? So let's say this is the center at O, okay? And the radius of this circle is 20 meters, and Lx is 29 meters away from the center, okay? So let's say this is the position of Lx at the location A, and let's connect the position of this guy Lx to the center, okay? So this distance is 29 meters. So what we need to find is that what distance Lx has to travel along a tangential path. So if I take this point A and I try to find what is that tangential path, then it will go something like this, correct? And this will be the first point Lx will touch the circumference of this flower bed, right? So let's say this is point B, okay? And you also know that the radius of this flower bed is 20 meters. That means if you were to drop a line from the center to this point, which is on the circumference, this is nothing but a radius, and this is 20 meters. Okay, so what you have with this arrangement is a triangle such that it is a 90-degree angle here, because we learned that this tangent, which is AB, makes an angle of 90 degree with respect to the radius of a circle, right? We need to find what is this distance AB. So in this right angle triangle, what exactly you notice? You notice that we already know the hypotenuse here, which is the distance AO, right? So if that is the case, you can say very easily the hypotenuse square is equal to the square of the line segment AB, which is perpendicular to the line segment BO, right? So these are the two squares we have. Now, we have the distance AO, it is 29. So we will put 29 here. AB is unknown to us. This is what we need to find. And the dimension BO is 20. So it will be 20 square. Or in other words, AB square is equal to 29 square minus 20 square. AB will be square root of 29 square minus 20 square. Right? When you solve this mathematics, you'll find that this computation will result into 21 meters. Or you will say very easily that, well, this is the line segment, the AB is 21 meter. So that's all. This is what you needed to find, and you simply applied the Pythagorean theorem to get to this result, right? So not too complicated at all, right? So most problems, most practical problems in mathematics when you are dealing with the tangents and circles will be something like this. You just have to be creative to find what is it that you know and what is it that you need to find by constructing the relevant diagrams. With that, we will take a pause here, and in our next tutorial, we are going to learn a little bit more about what are other properties of tangents, and we will solve some more problems as well. Okay, so let's go there.